Sunwing President Mark Williams tells me there was a direct threat to the safety of the aircraft en route to Panama City this morning. One man was arrested earlier today after Williams said he became agitated and made a threat. And the plane was about 45 minutes into the flight. It was over sort of the West Virginia area when it was turned around and brought back into Pearson Airport. 183 passengers, 2 pilots, and 4 crew members were on board that plane. And the plane was met by security personnel and police, and all passengers were then taken by bus back to the terminal here, where they've just gone through security to be rescreened. Their baggage has been rescreened, and they'll depart again around 3 o'clock for Panama City. And the plane itself is also undergoing a thorough security inspection and sweep right now.
Linda, do we know anything about the man and what he said?
Well, I spoke to some passengers who were on that plane. One man was sitting right beside him. And those passengers, as they're going through the security, visibly shaken. Some were even in tears. They describe it as a terrifying experience. Now, the man who was sitting close to the man who allegedly made the threat, who police arrested, this man says he was ordering something from duty-free when he started yelling and swearing, and he says he made something to the effect of a threat about a bomb. Now, that is just from witness accounts. We have not got that from police or from Sunwing. They say that he did make a direct threat, however, to the security of the aircraft. And they describe after that quite a commotion on the plane. One woman said she was crying. They landed the plane and police boarded. They say they were yelling when they got on the plane, hands up, heads down. People were, as you can imagine, just terrified, still shaken as they're whisked back through security here onto another flight to Panama City to finally, hopefully, start a well-deserved long-awaited vacation.
No
Carol.
kidding, Linda. Like, you know, it's fascinating. We're looking at the video now. You can see the chaos. You can see people are very, very concerned. But, you know, and everybody knows the rules. You don't say the word bomb from the moment you enter the airport to the moment you step off the tarmac.
Absolutely, yeah. And from what people I've spoken to who are on that plane, do believe that the person just became very agitated and just dropped the wrong word. Most people I spoke with very frightened by the whole event, the series of events with the police getting onto the plane and yelling and all of that, but don't believe that this man actually possessed what we have heard he claimed to possess.
As I understand it then, are you saying that when the police boarded the plane, they had a lot of frightened passengers there, a lot of chaos to deal with? How did they take us through, if you know from what you've heard, how they were able to deal with that? What did they ask the passengers to do?
Well, I know that they said put your heads down, put your hands up. They do that obviously so they could see people's hands, but also so they could they want to be able to identify quickly who it is that they're looking for on the plane. Now, once they were able to apprehend the man, from what I understand, all of those passengers were then, once they had sort of established some security and safety around the plane, they were escorted onto a bus and taken by bus into the terminal here. And when I arrived at the airport, I saw a Sunwing representative and some Peel police officers escorting quite a large group of people right through the terminal and straight through into their next security screening to go through the whole process again.
Well, I imagine they'll have to give the police statements about what they heard and saw at that time so the police can make a case against the person accused of doing this.
Yes, absolutely, and I mean it is a lot of witness accounts, as you heard. Some of those people sitting at the front of the plane had one experience. People sitting at the back of the plane heard something completely different, and the people sitting directly beside this person who was arrested, I'm sure police will spend some time speaking with those people today, as they would have been within earshot of what the actual threat was.
Right. I'm going to let you go, Linda, but just before I do, for those joining us right now on this story, we had amateur video there. We're talking to Linda Ward of CBC News. Amateur video you're watching from inside that Sunwing plane that was diverted from Panama back to Toronto under American fighter jet escort this morning. Linda, before I let you go, what's the allegation of what the person who's now under arrest, what they had to say that forced this turn of events?
Well, police and their Sunwing representatives are saying that he made a direct threat to the security of the aircraft. And that's the official statement that we're getting right now. But certainly the threats do have to do, but we did hear from some witness accounts of people on the plane saying that he did use the word bomb in some way while he was on that plane. Now, those are, like I said, just from witness accounts, and we are waiting on police and Sunwing representatives to release some more details just about what the detail of that specific threat were.
All right. Linda Ward at Toronto's Pearson International Airport. Linda, thank you.
Hands up. Hands up.
Hands down. Hands down.
Down. That's what you do. That's what you do.
That's what you do.
Hands up. Hands up.
Hands down. Hands down.
Down.
Heads down, hands up! Heads down, hands up! Heads down, hands up! Heads down, hands up!